At times, doubt comes more naturally than faith. Like when a child dies, I don't see hidden joy and design behind that. I see tragedy. So if you need a minister to make it all make sense for you and tie all that suffering up with a tidy bow, I'm not your guy. And at some point in your life, you're going to find yourself in a similar spot. And it will be helpful to know you're not alone. I mean, just look at the long list of names in the Hall of Faith in Hebrews 11. Who laughs at God's promise to give her and her husband a son in their old age? Sarah. Who argues with a burning, talking bush, insisting that God had the wrong guy? Moses. The first skeptics of the resurrection? The apostles of all people. The apostles. They go to this mountain in Galilee because they've been told Jesus will meet them there. They reach the top, and there he is, the resurrected Christ. What happens next? When they saw him, they worshiped him, but some doubted. What? How could you witness the resurrected Christ and still doubt? How is that possible? But even better yet, why do most of us not know this story, given how so many of us struggle with doubt? Why has the church not told this story over and over again? How is it possible that so many people think their doubts disqualify them when at least some of the apostles witnessed the resurrected Christ and still doubt? Around a third of people who leave faith do so because of doubt. Over a third of young adult Christians feel like they cannot ask their most pressing questions in church. Over a third of young adult Christians feel like Christians are too confident that they have all the answers. What does all this tell us? Number one, doubt makes people abandon faith. No surprise there. But number two, people don't abandon faith because they have doubts. People abandon faith because they think they're not allowed to have doubts. People abandon faith because they've been forced into this unbiblical choice. You can have Jesus or you can have doubts, but you can't have both. So which is it going to be? Praise God, this is not a choice we have to make. And let me explain why. Translating the Bible from its original languages can be a bit tricky at times. Some difficult interpretive decisions have to be made when translating, and many translations here make it sound like some of the disciples are worshiping while others are doubting, like maybe doubting Thomas. But a strong argument can be made that this verse is best translated, when they saw him, they worshiped him, but were not sure. In other words, they all doubt and they all worship. Here you've got a group of worshiping doubters on this mountain who Jesus then sends out, and the world is never the same. And that is why no one should ever think that they must choose between Jesus and doubt. So come as you are, bring your doubts, and welcome to the club.